Skip. How's the YouTube? How's it going, everybody? Okay, so I have kind of an announcement. I would greatly appreciate if you guys would just hear me out and what I have to say. Some of you may know, if you follow me on Twitter, that I got in a car crash. I'm fine. I'm not really hurt. Just my neck, my back, my ribs, and my knee hurt. Not like to the point where it's like, oh, it's killing me, I'm dying. My neck is really hurts actually, but I'm taking pain medicine for that. The reason I'm bringing this up is because just in case I don't upload for the next couple of days, that's probably why, because I'm just tired and in pain and stuff. That, and I'm recently started to have to work a lot of extra hours at my job because 2 people quit. So there's 3 of us left, and we're basically left to try and fill up the hours that they worked. So I have to do that as well. So just if uploads become a little bit more scarce, that's why. And just, yeah, hopefully you guys, the few of you who are still here, will stick with me still. So thank you for that, and I do still plan to get a battle for you guys, at least for right now, to hold y'all over. And just, yeah, well, if you enjoy this, then hit the like button. It's greatly appreciated. So I wanted to make this team around Con Guard, Calm Mind, Slurpuff. The EVs are all really random except for the speed, because this is enough speed to outspeed like Garbodor, well, normal speed invested Garbodor, and like Golem that don't normally reach 200 speed. So I'm faster than them and I can hit them before they hit me. Con Guard, the defensive EVs are just so after I get the Con Guard, my defense is higher than normal. Then Modest with a good amount of special attack for Calm Mind, because Draining Kiss isn't the hardest hitting move, seeing it is base 50, but it is a nice form of recovery. And the HP EVs are just here to help out from taking hits. We have Sliggoo, which actually Sliggoo fits really perfectly. It counters Fire Spam and completely counters Vileplume. So that's great actually. That's the main reason I wanted to use it. Plus Sliggoo is actually surprisingly bulky. You just about don't have to invest into its defensive, but I just wanted to invest some in Spadef. Actually, I don't know why I have it in there. I guess to make it a little bit more bulkier. And then the defensive E's are so Shiftry's knockoff does, I believe, like 2 or 3% less than normal, and then I can get them or hit them up with a huge hit from Ice Beam. We have Garbodor, which recently a lot more people have started using, and I have always liked Garbodor. It has been one of my favorite Pokemon since early 5th gen NU, and I really like it. Some of you who have stuck with me for a very long time will get this nickname as well. Next up we have a Spiritomb, just nice and standard, black glasses, just because I want to be able to revenge kill and pursuit trap and burn things and all that shenanigan. Then we have Mesprit, which I've never really used Mesprit before, so this will be fun to try. The reason why I have Grass Knot over Thunderbolt, it's because of Seismitoad being a problem to this team. Plus I can still hit for Alligator for really good damage. And finally we have for Alligator, which Ferroseed has really gone up in usage because it literally 100% counters for Alligator. It can really do nothing to get it even after +6, and it just makes it really useless. But that's why it's called no Ferrothorn, love, because I don't want to face a Ferrothorn. Ferroseed, sorry. Yeah, with that being said, let's get to start. Okay, so we got a battle here, and this dude has a very interesting team, to say the least. He might lead off with Leavanny. Unfortunately, I have no way to get rid of hazards on this team. I might just lead off with Garbodor just to get up Toxic Spikes. Just because even though he does have Torkoal, I can still poison it. As he ends up leading off with the Raichu, the fact that he let off with that had me thinking he's just gonna go straight for the Volt Switch. So I think what I'm gonna do is just switch into Sliggoo. And for those of you who are active in any room, yes, it is named after Teddy. That's because I got the idea to use this from him. He didn't tell me to put on the team, but I know he likes using Sliggoo, and I wanted to try it out. So he does just end up going for the Volt Switch. On now into his Girder. I'm gonna switch right into my Garbodor because I do have the Clear Smog. As he ends up knocking off my Rocky Helmet, I'm fine with that. So I'm gonna take this chance just to get up a layer of Toxic Spikes. Yes, I might activate the Guts on Girder, but honestly, I have Slurpuff, I have Mesprit, and to an extent, Spirit Team can kind of stop this, and Garbodor does have Clear Smog to try to prevent it from just wanting to bulk up freely, and I should be able to outspeed it anyways in the first place, so I'm really not at all worried about anything that this Girder wants to do, but I'm just going to go ahead and pause until he does make a move. So he ended up switching right into Torkoal. I want to start weakening this thing, so I'm going to switch into my Sliggoo. I'd rather bring in Sliggoo than Mesprit, and I take the hit like it's nothing. Although I find it weird that he has Fire Blast, but to each their own, I suppose, as I can just Dragon Pulse, get off a solid amount of damage as he does end up going for the Rapid Spin. I'm fine with that, seeing as I can just safely go for another one, then after that, I'll possibly go for a Rest. And I know it might be weird to have Zap Zipper with Rest Talk, because Zap Zipper is for Sleep Powder, obviously, but I wanted to have some form of recovery on Sliggoo, just so I can keep it longer for the match, especially if my opponent played their Vileplume very, very well. As he brings in the Leaf, and he still got off a decent amount of damage on that, as I'm going to be able to follow it up with an Ice Beam to knock him out, as he does unfortunately get up a Sticky Web, which is going to kind of suck for my Slurpuff, but if I get up enough Calm Minds, even Raichu shouldn't be an issue for this thing. As he brings in the Girder, unfortunately now my Garbodor will be slower than it, which is what I'm going to be a little bit worried about. As he doubles out into Mesprit, very nice play on his part. And I'm going to take the chance to switch into my Spirit Tomb. Unfortunately though, he might get up Rocks, so that could be very, very bad. I should be able to Pursuit Trap him freely though, I think. As he Dazzling Gleams, oh, this is not going good at all. I'm just going to Pursuit because I really have no reason not to, as he tries to substitute on my possible Sucker Punch, and because I do have Infiltrator, I still get off a decent amount of damage on him, so I'm going to take this chance just to go for the Sucker Punch, as I'm able to knock out the Mesprit, which is really nice, and this is why Infiltrator is just so good on Spirit Team. So Mesprit actually could have been a bit of a problem, but I'm able to get rid of that, which is really nice. The only thing I'm still kind of worried about is that Politoed, because if he specs, he could be doing some decent amount of damage to my team, and even to my Gator, although as long as I have Sliggoo, I guess it isn't too big of a deal. But it looks like he's just thinking of what to do, so I'm just going to pull. Alright, so he ended up bringing in the Raichu. I don't know, if I was him, I would have brought in Torkoal, if anything. But I'm just going to Sucker Punch, because I have no reason not to, as I get off a solid amount of damage. I was actually thinking of going for the Pursuit, but I was like, well, if I do that, that's just really stupid on my part. So he brings in the Politoed. I want to say I can bring in Gator. I really want to say I can. But I don't know, something's telling me that Mesprit is a safer switch in. Although I don't know if Grass Knot would do more or if Psychic will do more. And what I kind of want to do is actually just get up my Rocks. Well, I think what I'm going to do is go for Psychic on the off chance that he's faster than me for some reason. This way I don't go for the Rocks, then lose my Mesprit to a 2-hit KO, as he actually predicts me to go for a possible Grass type move and brings in the Torkoal, or maybe even just go for the Stealth Rocks, as I'm going to be able to follow it up. Actually, no, that was a really dumb play on my part now that I look at it. Because what I should have done was gone for the Stealth Rocks, because there was no chance of him wanting to go for the Rapid Spin. As he brings in the Raichu, I am going to go for the Rocks this turn if he does want a Volt Switch, because I can definitely live any one hit unless he has like Choice Spec, Signal Beam, and he's modest. So I ensure that Raichu now gets knocked out by the next switch in, as I'm actually just going to go for Grass Knot because I want to gauge how much damage this does, and at this point all I really need to do is get off a bit of prior damage on Polito to ensure that I'll be able to win this game. So I'm not at all entirely too worried about it, as I do a solid amount of damage in my opinion. As he goes for the Scald, unfortunately he does end up getting the burn, as it turns out that he is leftovers, so I'm just gonna Psychic. As he's, see, as soon as I click Psychic, I was like, wait, he can probably just fodder off Raichu right now. That was a dumb play on my part. I'm gonna bring in my Garbodor on the options that he wants to bring in the Girder. Even then, I'm hoping that Garbodor can still live one Scald, although, to be honest, I'd rather save Garbodor for that Girder still, just because I can wear him down with Clear Smog and Gunk Shot and all that, as he brings in the Politoed. The question is, do I want Spikes or Toxic Spikes? I mean, Toxic Spikes can really just come in handy to wear Girder down, and I mean, as long as I have... Actually, even Gator deals with Girder well, and that Toxic Spike will really come in handy, actually. So he goes for the Scald, thankfully he does not get a burn, and now I'm going to be able to take this opportunity to go for a layer of Spikes, although I think I'd rather just Gunk Shot to be safe, just to get off a little bit of damage. As thankfully I don't miss and I get off a... that actually did more than I thought it would, to be honest. As he's able to knock me out. This could be risky. No, Sliggoo. Yeah, I think Sliggoo's a good switch in right now. Because all I really need to do is just bring him down to where hopefully Gator's return will be able to knock it out. As he actually has a Toxic, okay. So look at that damage, not even bad. I just give him a free switch into Girder at this point. Although, yeah, I think I'm fine. So he turns out to have the Ice Wound, which is a nice, I guess it is a alternative on Polito, but I think it'd still be better for him to have Ice Beam, although I doubt he would have been able to knock me out anyways. So he does bring in the Girder. I'm gonna switch right into my Slurpuff, just because I don't think Girder tend to learn anything that stops. Not when I say stops, but knocks out Girder. I mean, Slurpuff, as he goes for the bulk up, just as I thought he might. I'm gonna take this chance to go for the Cotton Guard, as he knocks off my Citrus Berry. But it's fine because now I'm at +3 defense. And I think my speed is actually doubled. So I might be able to outspeed him. Yep. And that is game. So he goes for the bulk up thinking that I might not be able to do anything to him. Or I don't really know. But yeah. Hopefully you guys did enjoy that game. It did turn out to be a little bit longer than I expected. 13 minutes. But I like this team. It's definitely a lot of fun. I didn't really get to show off Slurpuff. But Sliggoo did do some work. Sliggoo came in handy. And Mesprit wasn't entirely too useless, and Spiritomb was able to get rid of his Mesprit, and Garbodor did come in handy to check that Girder as well. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this, and as I said, just on the off chance that uploads become a little bit more scarce, it's just that I'm really busy with work and obviously trying to recover from this car crash that I had. And just, yeah, thank you for watching, and for those of you who will still be here, then I will see you when I come back. So yeah, later everybody.